Look, y'all, talk about a theme that is executed correctly, talk about the price point that is yes, and talk about beautiful shadows. Like, I almost didn't even make this filming session. I was just like, you know what? I know I said I was going to film this today, but and then I thought about it and I just like make some coffee, girl, and get on up and film these two palettes. And then I put them on my eyes and I was like, and it perked me right on up because I was like, these are really, really good. So I am talking about the Scooby-Doo collection, and it's like a Halloween collection from Glamlite Cosmetics. Yes, we're past Halloween, but you know, these are like cute. You can use them anytime. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So once again, I'm talking about the Scooby-Doo times Glamlite collection. But before I get carried away talking about this, let me go ahead and introduce myself. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup, but please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, these are good. These made me happy. They're good, okay? So Glamlite actually dropped this collection. They sneak peeked it. They work with Doodles by the Bunny for I think some of the lipstick cases. They have a whole collection of things. And you know what, Glamlite, they always have a theme. It's always centered around something like a cake palette or donuts or the martini collection that we got last year, Barbie. I mean, icy. It's been so many different things. So Glamlite is a brand that I finally actually tried out at the beginning of the year, and I actually tried two palettes from the martini collection, which was the dirty olive and the chocolate martini. And you know, it came with that big old plastic and I was just like, okay, that's cute that you got that with the palette, but honestly, there should be an option for people who don't want that. And I felt like this collection kind of called to that. Like the theme was on brand and it was just what it needed to be. So these palettes actually came with matching unicartons. And I love how the packaging feels. It's like that velvetized cardboard, so it's really smooth and nice and silky to the touch. This is embossed. It's really pretty, and each color story is actually really gorgeous, okay? So this is the first palette, which is the Ruh Roh Raggy. This is 10 shades. And then you have CREEPS and CRAWLS, okay? So yes. And then for me, like, who doesn't love Scooby-Doo? I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. You know, I was really shocked when I was a child and I was watching Scooby-Doo. And you know how you think something is just for you and your generation. And my mother came in and was like, girl, Scooby-Doo was on when I was a child. And I was like, who pays? Hooray. Got it. Well, okay, burst my bubble there. So, you know, it's like one of those things like you just really think you got something. And it's not that it's, you know how it is, you know. It's not like, oh, she can't have it, but it's just like, dang, okay. But Scooby-Doo was actually one of my favorite things to watch. Like I had Scooby-Doo in Batman series, Scooby-Doo. So this was like fun for me. And there was no bulky packaging. And best of all, like everything in this collection was $20 and under. So I feel like they really just met the mark with the times and inflation and giving us quality products. They also market this as their best eyeshadow formula to date. And based off of what I tried before and what I tried now, I think I might have to agree, okay? Now, like I say, each palette was $20 by itself, and I was actually only going to get this palette. I saw both palettes, but when I saw this palette, I was like, yes, thank you, please. You know I love Barney. You know I love lime green. You know I'm all about the green with the purples, okay? I love that type of eyeshadow combination. And then they had this one. So, but then I was looking at the pricing, and I was like, they have a bundle? So you got two palettes for $36. And there was a discount code for 15% off. So these actually released on October 22nd, like along with everything else in the world was released that day. The Minka palette released that day. This released this day. What else did I buy that way? Oh, there was some dunks I wanted. There were some Nike dunks I wanted that I didn't get the lottery for. So that was 3 things. I feel like there was something else makeup related. Was it Blends Bunny? I think it was Blends, released like that Sunday. It was a lot. It was a lot of releases that weekend, okay? So, you know, I have 2 looks with each of the palettes. Now, I'm sorry, I have 2 looks in total. I have 1 look with each of the palette. I would love to do more, but my eyes are like, girl, no. No, okay? So if you are curious about Glamlite and you never actually tried them, like I said, they have like heavily themed eyeshadow palettes, and I'm actually getting this information from the Glamlite website. So the shadows are actually cruelty free. They're vegan. The shadows are 15 grams. And they're actually saying that these are just going to be like their most pigmented, most sparkly, most beautiful shadows in terms of the mattes and the shimmers. Now they do have the ingredients for each of the palette down on the website if you're interested in that. And they're also saying in addition that you should combine the palettes on their website to come up with endless looks. And the palettes are actually still available, which is nice because a lot of times when I talk about stuff on my channel, it is sold out or in some type of pre-order situation. But it looks like you can just go ahead. The shipping time, however, was a little bit slower. It did take about 2 weeks because I actually just received my palettes on Friday, like basically like the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. And it was actually a little bit earlier than I was supposed to get it a couple of days later, but they did actually put on the website that this was going to take a little bit longer to process because they were expecting such a high demand. So let's go ahead, let's break into the palettes. And then of course, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my thoughts in between. And then at the end, I am gonna do some comparison swatches between the palettes because some of the shades do kind of look like they resemble each other. And I also have some palettes in my collection that, you know, nice little comparisons. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna jump in with the Shaggy palette. I guess it's like the Shaggy palette. So it is the Creeps and CRAWLS palette. So this is what it looks like. It's the darker of the 2 color stories. And of course, my brows are filled in using my favorite, which is the Goof Proof Pencil, shade 3.75. And then of course, I have my favorite eyeshadow primer, Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. I talk about this all the time. So they do only offer it on the Urban Decay website. Don't ask me why. It's really annoying. I checked about a week and a half ago to see if it was in stock because I wanted a backup because I'm almost done with this. And yeah, it wasn't in stock. So, let's go ahead and get started with this look.
I don't have to party to have fun, you see. I got different hobbies, and that's all I need. Some say life is boring, but I disagree. I wake up and live my dream. Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh, everyone who didn't believe it. They don't know a thing. I'm gonna try. Work till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm gonna cry. Chasing the highs, yeah, the highs. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm not into drinking, that's just wasting time. I'd rather be spending it on working out. Some say I'm too uptight, but I disagree. I wake up and live my dream. Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh,
do you see this gorgeous blue, purple, sparkly, smoky eye situation? I mean, Scooby-Doo, Creeps, and Crawl, like, you're giving full glam. You're giving smoky eye. You're giving... I mean, this is really, really nice in all sincerity, okay? This is gorgeous. But let me talk about my face details before we talk about this particular palette. For my face, I decided to go in with my Rare Beauty foundation. So I have the shade 430W Warm and then 420 Neutral for my concealer. I went back in with my Mented Cosmetics bronzer. I know you're probably like, you always use this, but I used my Gucci bronzer, you know, the other day. So this is the Mented Cosmetics bronzer and Vacay. And then for my blush, I've actually been loving this blush a lot lately. This is the Night Bloom blush by McGRATH. And I used the little purpley section and just maybe with a hint of the red. It's just a really nice color and it's good for this season. It balanced out the eye look really well. And I followed up with my lips with my McGRATH. This is the shade Bella Amour Divinyl. Yes, we love this formula as well. No lip liner. So, you know, this is just stunning. Like, this palette is stunning. Oh, before I carry on, my lashes are Ardel 420. Now, this palette is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It's definitely deep, dark, you know what I mean? But the shimmers are really, really nice. I use my finger, but okay, so look, okay, because usually with Glamlite and at the end when I do the other palette, I'll pull out my other two palettes with Glamlite. This is my second official time trying Glamlite, or my second time purchasing from Glamlite, right? So in the Martini collection, I have pictures from them, you know, like the shimmers are like this, you know, they got dents and dips and everything like that, and you're not even pressing hard. I use these three. I use this one with a brush for the inner corner. They were so smooth. They still had that little bit of, like a little bit of, not sticky. Let me see. A little smoother, still a little sticky so it adheres well. Lots of shine, lots of vibrancy. Like, just straight up gorgeous. Lots of pigment, blend in well, no fallout, didn't need to use a glitter glue. Can't tell you about the longevity, but, and then the mattes, they did not come to play. This one right here, I mean, it's not often all the time that you can see those type of shades on my skin complexion. Very vibrant. I went in with this deep plum. And I was like, I love shades like this. It's very rare you can find a shade like this that actually stays, not patchy. Really pretty. I wanted to use this shade and this shade. I was like, between the two. And I probably could have did this on the bottom line, but lately my eyes, like the past week or so, I'm like, ooh. I almost didn't even make this little filming session right here because this eye has been acting a fool all day. I didn't wear not a stitch of makeup to work. Okay, I put on brows because sometimes, you know, if I don't wear brows, if I don't fill my brows in, I look like I'm going through something. And, you know, that's not the message I'm really trying to send, okay? I'm not going through anything at the moment. I just might be tired. Literally, I was like, I'm going to wake up early. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to wake up early. And early means like, you know, wake up at like 6:30, 6:45, be out the house by 7:35 at the latest. And I can get to work by 8 because it's only about 15, 20 minutes away. Plus I drive fast. And then like I don't have to open the gate. There's a pharmacist already there because I'm at a 24-hour store. But I could have sworn I set my alarm last night and I looked up at my clock. Mind you, I haven't even put my clock back an hour yet, right? So it's been almost like 4 or 5 days. So the clock in my bedroom still says, like right now it says 9:01. It's really 8:01. And so I literally woke up like, now mind you, I kind of turned over at like 5, you know, 4. And so I'm just like, oh shoot, it's 7 o'clock. I didn't set my alarm and I'm looking through my phone like, did I hit PM by accident? Nope. Okay. Wonderful. Woke up. So sometimes I actually can wake up at 7 o'clock and get out the house on time. That's some stuff that FAMU taught me. Okay, I know you weren't here for this rant, but I'm in it now. So that's something like FAMU taught me. Like I went to Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. That's what FAMU stands for. And that's where I did my pharmacy school. Now in pharmacy school, we had to dress up. We could not just come in jeans and t-shirt. We could not roll out of bed. We had to be in professional dress all the time. So I literally like threw on something, heated up my breakfast, threw my brows on. Starbucks is directly across the street from where I work. When I say directly, I mean directly. Praise God. It's a Dunkin' Donuts on the opposite side of the church. Starbucks there. I hit the app when I'm going on the expressway. It's ready. Hey y'all, get my coffee, have a good day, and across the street. But literally, so yeah, I always wear my brows when I go to work, or at least I try to, because I look like I'm going through something because my brows are a little scraggly, even though I have hair, and you know, and I didn't put on any mascara, and sometimes I would like to put on mascara, because I don't have any gray hair. Well, maybe I do. One I can't see or something in the back. But luckily, like my hair is holding on as far as gray hairs. But I do have gray hairs in my eyelashes. I have quite a few in my eyelashes, which is cool because you can just put on mascara and be fine. And I do actually have a couple, maybe like one. But because I just got my brows done, it's not there. It'll come back in action when the hair starts growing back in. But yes. This is good. Oh my goodness. So let's jump into this color story right here. And this is one of the, this is the palette that drew me in. This is the palette that was like, yes, ma'am. I'm here for this gorgeous baby. So I'm going to gently take this off and we're going to proceed with this palette. So this is the Ruh Roh Raggy. I'm probably saying Ruh Roh Raggy. Okay. It's with Scooby and Shaggy. So I'll be right back.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah.
This look is beautiful as well. If my eye is tearing up, just, you know, just disregard it, okay? So this palette is so pretty. I mean, once again, so I kind of wanted to test some theories. So you saw me use my finger, then you saw me go with a brush, then you saw me use the Mayron mixing medium. If you don't know, this is my Mayron mixing medium. I just put it in a spray bottle because if you've ever tried to use it out of its original container, hot mess. Houseway, how, okay? So, beautiful palette. Now, one thing I was like, I was a little shocked about, but then kind of makes sense because of the hue of the color, is this shade. It didn't show up as vibrant on top of the lime green. Now the lime green, look how vibrant. Oh my gosh. Like sometimes it can just be very hard to get a lime green to just show up this well on my skin complexion, especially as a more transition shade in the palette. If it's just a shade in the palette sometimes, but this is clearly, I don't know if you say it's still a transition, but it's the lightest shade. Okay, so I'm using it as a transition. But this, I put it over there and it definitely turned it more sky blue. And I was like, I guess so. It probably would. So then I stamped this over and I was pleased. I used this shade right here, like a little eggplanty shade. Beautiful as well. The shimmers, oh my goodness. So I could apply it with my finger. I could apply it with my brush. Adding the mixing medium, specifically when I use the brush, did help give the impact. But either way, I was able to apply the shadows very easily. Prefer whatever your method is. If you want to do, your finger, if you want to do the brush, it worked out well. That wasn't necessarily my experience with the first two Glamlite palettes I tried, so I did pull them out. It's okay. Nothing broke. I mean, if I don't drop something in a video, fumble something, it wouldn't be me, right? Okay. So these are the first two palettes that I tried out from Glamlite. And I actually bought these earlier this year when it went on sale. So I got kind of like two for the price of one. And these are the, it was the Martini collection. So I had Dirty Martini and Chocolate Martini. So this is Dirty. Yes, Dirty Martini. And then I have Chocolate Martini right here. So as you can see, and probably not so much with this one, but as you can see, like there's lots of indentations in the shimmer shades especially. And you kind of had to pick up. I found myself having to kind of do a lot of work to apply the shimmers. I like the shimmers. I like how they look, but I felt like I definitely needed like a glitter glue to make them stay, to make them adhere. They kind of did like this on me. And when you just like rub it in and it's just kind of like the shadow's doing this. And it seems to be a lot of work. These, on the other hand, did not do that. And I am 90% sure I read that these were supposed to be like the updated formula. So let me just check for a second. Yes. So on the website, and I'm specifically reading underneath the bundle part. So that was what came up first, but I mean, clearly it doesn't probably even matter. But they are claiming that this is going to be, this palette feature our highest performance shadow formula ever. Shimmers and mattes so pigmented, even the villains are scared. And honestly, I feel like these shimmers are pigmented. Do you see? They are gorgeous. They did not come to play. So I did not have a problem with any of that. Now, okay, I do kind of want to go through both of the palettes. I love both of the palettes. Obviously, this is the one that caught my attention the most. I did like this one, but I was like really aiming for this one. So obviously, there's a couple greens, there are a couple purples, and there's one teal. So let's kind of swatch a couple just to see like the lay of the land and if they are truly different, because I only did one look. I wanted to do more, but let's face it, my eyes are like, no ma'am, no ma'am Pam, okay? So we have this shade right here. They don't have names, right? No. Okay, so we got here. And then I'm going to take the shade directly next to it. Boom, boom. So I don't even remember. Oh, I put this one on my eyes. So the second one. Okay. So these are the two shades. Okay. The two purples. So, and then what do we have in here? Oh, and these and, well, then you got two kind of like pinky purples. Okay. So we'll leave that alone for a moment. Okay. So swatch this one here. Ooh, I mean, just so smooth, just really just smooth. So as you can see, there is a difference. There is a slight shift. This one definitely has more blue in it. This is more silver, a darker tone, darker base, purple for sure, okay? And then even like you can kind of tell with the staining on my fingers. And let's see. Now let's take our greens. This is the one I use. So you can kind of tell that these are different. One is more definitely lime in nature and the other one isn't. Boom Boom. That's like a limey one. And then this is the one I used in the look. I probably should wipe off my fingers a little bit better. But, you know. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, you could definitely tell the difference between the two. Even all four. Like, they're very close. They're monochromatic palettes, which kind of makes sense. And there are enough differentiation in color. Because, you know, one thing about me, I'm like, I'm going to need to see the variation, okay? You know, I need it not to be, like, put on my eyes and it's looking like the same old thing. So now, let's grab this. And I feel like I want to see with a couple of the matte shades for sure. So we have these two, but these two you can definitely tell the difference. But let's see, there's another shade in the other palette that's very much similar. So I have this palette from the Deep palette, which is the Creeps and Crawls. And then we have this shade from Ruh Roh Raggy, okay? Oh, okay. So yeah, they're different for sure. This is from the Deep palette. This is from this palette, okay? Yeah, so they're good and different, okay. And you know, a lot of times when I do these looks, I have not swatched these things before, so I am learning for myself. Oh man. And I'm telling you, the formula is just, they did it. We're gonna do the purples in this palette. Okay, so we got here, here, and here, okay? So I'm gonna start with this one. Right here. Now we got deeper. And then we're gonna go in right here. Ooh. I mean, it's like, you know, if you love in purple. So let's see, I'm gonna throw them. Okay. Running out of space, but we're gonna throw it here. Okay, so you can see there. Okay, was this the shade I used? No, it was not. Okay, all right. I used that in the inner corner actually. Oh, okay, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Ooh, okay, and that was the shade I used on the lid. So yeah, all inherently different. Okay, that's like so good to know. All right, now I want to test out a couple of the mattes. So we have here. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so we got here. So we got, and then we have. So this is the one from the deeper palette, the more green neon palette. So they definitely look different. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so the hue is definitely different. Okay, so that was the deeper palette. That was the lighter palette. So looks like this one has way more pigment. Swatch better. And try to see if I can get another one going there. It's all right. But it was pretty in there. Okay, now let's do one more comparison. So this one, definitely giving more turquoise vibes. Teal, strong green. This one's teal, but this one might have more blue, I guess. Let's see. Darker, lighter. Darker, lighter. There's something wrong with me, y'all. Just forgive me. Ooh. Okay. We're going to put it here. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, you can see. Okay, so, you know, very monochromatic across the two. Definitely one is deeper, definitely one is lighter. You're getting different shades. They're the same family, yes, but they're going to look different. So I'm good with that. I can live with that. You know, you're not getting dupes. You're getting dupes, like same vibes. There we go. That's the better one. So now I also pulled out a couple palettes that kind of remind me, you know, of this that I already have in my collection. So first one that came to mind is It's Freaking Bats in comparison to this bad boy right here. So, you know, she broke the internet damn near broke the company. She couldn't keep up. So many pre-orders. So definitely we got like lime green chartreuses. We got plums, teals for sure. So across the board, I mean, just... So, I mean, I'm not going to swatch these because we'll be here all day, but definitely same vibes, okay? Do I want them both? Heck yeah. So, you know how long I waited for It's Freaking Bats, okay? So, well, she was here first, but definitely some dupes. Okay, another one that you cannot get. Now, It's Freaking Bats, I think you can kind of get this one because she released round 2. But this one is definitely discontinued. This is Holiday Melt Holiday 2020. Yes, because last year was 21. That was a more repulsive. So yes, this is 2020 Holiday. Okay, I love this palette. This was one of my favorite palettes. Now the thing with this palette also, it was a lot of shades that kind of just looked alike in here. You know, but I mean, honestly, like you can't even be mad. Like this palette is dope. So let's see. So definitely giving some of the same vibes. For sure. Really love this palette. I used it a lot. I need to use this some more, huh? I need to use a lot of things some more. All right, now a palette that the deeper palette was definitely giving me was the Bloom palette by Clarity. So I believe you could still get this. Now, the Bloom palette, really pretty. Now, this shimmer, which I love, it's really pretty, but it gave a lot of texture to the eyelids, gave crepey eyelid for some reason. But the newer palettes that the last couple of palettes that they've come out with now, they have just really done well with the shimmers. These shimmers also do that wavy thing. Rolling in the deep thing. So let's see. Definitely giving similar vibes. They give similar vibes. Honestly, if I was to choose between which one I would use this one. And I've been really loving Clarity Cosmetics, but I would go with this one. A lot easier to deal with. This is a dang on shame, but this is a lot smoother. Yeah, like this one. I would honestly go with this one. Honestly, if you were thinking about it, you know? So those were some comparisons that I thought about that just right off the bat in my collection that just came to mind. So, I mean, I think they're pretty spot on, honestly. But like I said, if it was Bloom between this, I would go with this. It's $20 also, you know what I mean? And you can use a discount code. This is not available anymore if you always had like wishes of this. $20 still available. I don't know why I had that in my hand. And this one was 30. I don't know, child, how much this one was. 30, 40, I don't know. But I mean, if you wanted something and you didn't want that, I would recommend both of these palettes, honestly. I know like the Scooby-Doo might seem a little childish, but it's kind of fun. It's done right. It's no big bulky packaging that we used to get from Glamlite. I think they've really been listening to the feedback because that's what also used to keep me away. Like, I don't want an ice cream truck. I don't want a whole donut. I don't want a cake. Ice cream cones. All of that, you know what I mean? But this is a theme. It's done right. It's fun. It's nostalgic, you know, so I'm here for it. And the quality is amazing and super affordable, you know what I mean? So let me know which looks you love. I love both of them. I love both of them, okay? Let me know down below. Did you pick up this collection? Have you ever tried Glamlite? Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very soon. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. If all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance, chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, chair dance. All right, y'all. I'm done. Bye.